Back on TYT Sports. If you remember and you watched on Friday the clip with the NFL playoffs preview with Marty Shannon. If you hadn't, this is Marty Shannon. He is from Brett Davern Show on Twitter, but the Brett Davern Show with Marty. iTunes, SoundCloud,
All
everywhere, right?
Yep. All of the things you can listen to things on.
Approaching the 100th episode. It's been downloaded time and time again, and it's a very fun podcast. I've listened to a handful of the episodes, and I like when it gets silly, though.
So all the time.
But especially when Brett brings up Seattle sports, because he gets very, very amped about
Yeah,
them.
I think we're going to start making a rule, maybe like a minute only.
1
30
minute,
seconds.
just cap it?
Yeah, and if he wants to go crazy, he can. I want to talk about Russell Wilson,
He gets really excited. So he has a lot to lose this weekend with the... At this point, he might have already lost or already won. So this next podcast coming up could be either a very happy podcast or a very sad podcast.
Boy, do I hope he is sad.
All right, so here's the point of this one. DeMarcus Cousins is going to be an NBA All-Star. And to get more of the fan vote involved, which I've already discussed time and time again how dumb it is that fans get votes. Regardless, DeMarcus Cousins needs more votes, according to some fans. And one of them went so far to say that if his tweet got 25,000 retweets, he would name his first child DeMarcus Cousins. Well, 28,000 retweets later, Ivan J14 will be naming his child, whether it's boy or girl.
Okay.
DeMarcus Cousins. There's a few other elements we have for this one. If we go to the next one, we have, if this guy gets 25,000 retweets, I'll rename our son Maya Angelou. Okay. So now we have name changes across the board. And lastly, what was the last one? The Sacramento Kings even got involved, saying, "We did it, Twitter. Shout out to future DeMarcus Cousins." Man, if this is a girl, I feel terrible. And if it's a guy, not a bad name. I mean, overall, not the worst name.
I think if you're going to name your kid after a sports figure and it's not Clinton Dix,
then
you're making a mistake.
I think that I'm going to use Twitter polls and or this formula to name. I don't have children. I'm not going to pretend I have children.
This guy doesn't either, though.
You don't have children either?
No, but the first child, the tweet man, Ivan J14.
Do you think this guy's learned his lesson that he should just go out and be like, my second child will be named Michael B. Jordan?
Right.
If it gets 30,000 retweets.
Well, I don't know how legally binding a Twitter poll is, but he might be hated by the 28,000 people that retweeted.
I've heard rumblings that Twitter polls are contractual obligations.
Well, they're definitely conflicts of interest.
Scale of 1 to 25,000, how mad is this person's wife?
I bet he's not married. I bet he's 14. Ivan J14. I bet he's 14
years old. And so you're talking like way in the future.
He's got plenty of time.
He's not even having a
Twitter
kid.
will be long gone and bankrupt by then.
I've always
no one
wanted
will remember.
to, as a joke, I always thought it'd be really funny, and I'll probably do it with my future dogs and my kids because it would be torturous, but Shakespearean characters. Noble Brutus.
Tybalt.
Mercutio.
Yeah.
You imagine this for a second? So DeMarcus, I don't know why, by the way, DeMarcus Cousins doesn't need more votes to be in the All-Star game.
Sure.
And I don't think DeMarcus Cousins is a terrible name. I'm just wondering, with this future child that grows up, what if he or she hates basketball or the Kings?
Sure. I don't know. I hated Back to the Future. My parents still named me Marty. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
I love that
Marty
movie.
McFly.
That's a great
Shannon.
movie. To just for the record, is awesome.
Yeah, you can't hate on Bible. Back to the Future. I haven't seen Back to the Future since I was really young. Either way, it's memed.
Yeah.
It circulates.
Sure.
Like for example, last year when the Cubs made the World Series, or it was 2 years, 2015. It was supposed to be the Cubs and the Marlins. It obviously couldn't happen, but that was the Back to the Future prediction.
Right, exactly.
And they were off by 1 year. So now I have to go back, watch all of them, and make sure there's nothing that isn't coming immediately. Like Back to the Future predicted that this kid's name would be DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah, I don't think this guy's going to name his kid DeMarcus Cousins. Like I said,
so?
I think Twitter's going to go bankrupt by the time he's going to have kids. You know how many Twitter polls I did on MySpace about changing my first kid's name? Nobody remembers those.
Oh, we're about to do some research.
Yeah, nobody's going to find it.
Man, MySpace, what a throwback. Tom Hardy's still the owner of the greatest MySpace page in the history of that website.
Tom Hardy?
Yeah, you ever see it?
No.
It's so cringeworthy and weird, and
I can see that.
It's great. There's a whole like surfacing of articles, and there's a couple other people. I think Rob Gronkowski also had a legendary MySpace.
I think I did see that one.
But you can expect that from Rob Gronkowski.
Sure.
What do you expect out of anything else from Rob Gronkowski? All right, so comment below, like, favorite, and subscribe to TYT Sports. Please go over to the Twitter. You are not contractually obligated to, but we would appreciate it if you followed at Brett Davern Show and at Marty_Shannon on the Twitter. Make sure to check out the podcast. They are nearing the 100th episode. I don't think you guys can do much to make them get closer to the 100th episode, but you can download like 92, 93, 94, 95.
Sure. If you can make us millionaires, it'll probably be easier to make more episodes.
Make them millionaires and they can get to their million.
I hear it's pretty easy.
We'll see you next time.